this particular video, we're going to take a look at a young corgi with a bite history, and this is his very first exposure to a muzzle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break down step by step for the dog that he wants to put his face in the muzzle. There's a very different reality in the dog's emotional and mental state if you simply wrangle a dog and put a muzzle on them or any piece of equipment versus condition the dog to opt in and think that he wants to have this on. So I've got some liver in one hand and a muzzle in the other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach young Freddy that anytime he puts his face in the muzzle, he's going to get paid really well. And then eventually, he can't have enough of the muzzle on him. Now, initially, Freddy would growl if I would touch him. Freddy would growl if I would certainly reach for his back. Freddy would ask to be petted and then growl when you would pet him. So this is a massive amount of progress. He's been in training for maybe about a week now at the time of this, and we're starting to explore the muzzle together. So you're going to see him start to opt in for the muzzle. You're going to see him get paid really well for the muzzle. Now, once I've got the muzzle on and he allows me to cinch the strap, right? We're going to go step by step. First, just put your face in the muzzle and I'll pay you. Boom, we take it off. Do this over and over, and then eventually I start to move the strap over, but I'm not necessarily cinching it. Eventually we cinch it. Now I want to expand, right? Maybe you've seen what it looks like when someone just puts a muzzle on a dog and the dog sits there doing this, or they rub their face against everything available. I don't want that. I don't want the dog to feel hogtied. I don't want him to feel frustrated. So then what I do is I start to play with him. I might chase him around. He's a very playful guy. So we have a great relationship. We spend a lot of time playing. I'm going to chase him around a little bit. We're going to get silly. The point is, we're not preoccupied with the muzzle. The muzzle's just an incidental that brings all the fun. Then I'm going to take the liver that he's enjoying and I'm going to start tossing it on the floor, and it's going to be weird for him at first. It's going to be goofy. How can I pick this up? He's going to get frustrated, but he's driven enough for the food that he will figure it out, as you'll see in the clip. And then eventually he can just have the muzzle on, and I'm going to build up duration. This is his first minute of getting used to wearing a muzzle, and look at what he's offering me now. Okay, and for today, I'm not even going to cinch the muzzle on him. Good. That's all I'm going to do. Okay. Oh, that was nice. Let's go. Let's go. Freddy. Freddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Can I get some liver? Well, darn right you can get some liver. Hey, Fred. So here's the food, and here's the key to the food. Good. 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 Okay. Nice. Let's go. So I want the dog to voluntarily shove his face into the muzzle. I want the dog to want to be muzzled, right? That's what we're doing. Let me move this camera a little bit. Maybe get a different angle, a better angle. I don't know. I want the dog to want to be muzzled, because then I can put it on him and I'm much less likely to have any conflict with the dog. And the dog is going to enjoy wearing the muzzle instead of adding to his stress. And then I can have the dog wear his muzzle for little bits of time periodically throughout the day. Good. So food's here. Yeah. Good. 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 Nice. Nice boy. Nice boy, Fred. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, Freddy's got this. Happy, silly, be with me, pet me, play with me, feed me. And then he's got the I'll kill you, right? That's where Freddy lives. He lives at polar extremes. So we want to keep him in the happy state. He's a strong character, even though he's a little dog. And if you're going to try and dominate this dog, you're going to get into a lot of trouble. If you're going to try and manhandle him, you're going to get into a lot of trouble. And you have to make him feel like it was his idea to do something and that he wants to do it, and he has to see good. He has to see good. Okay. He has to see value in doing something. Otherwise, you're just going to get into fights. Good. 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 Good boy, Fred. Good. Oh, la, 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 la. Good boy. Good. Good. Okay. So if you have a dog and you're trying to teach this to your dog, and the dog is just not going for it, the dog will not put its face inside the muzzle. You can rest a few treats in there, depending on the design of the muzzle. You can take, I brought along some peanut butter. I could have just smeared some peanut butter in there. That for sure would lead his face right in. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but the whole point is to get the dog to discover that putting their face in their muzzle is something that they enjoy doing because it pays well. Come on up. Good. Good. Good boy. Good. 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 Yeah. Good. Good. Good boy. Good. So he's got a real issue with handling right around here. So harness for sure. Hi, buddy. Nice. Nice. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Let's move this over here, get a bit of a better view. So we want to make sure that when we're handling the muzzle, that he has a chance to be busy with food. Good. 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 Good boy. Good boy, Fred. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, Fred. Freddy, come on up. Nice. Oh, good. Yeah. Good. Good boy. Good. Let's go. Here. Yeah, good. Good. Go on up. Good. Okay. Go on up. Good. Yeah. Good boy. Fred. Boy. Good. That's good. Freddy, come here, bud. Go on up. Good. So now he's had a chance to wear this a few times, and I'm able to put it on him without any real issue. And I want to help him get used to wearing it, not just be able to put it on and off, but for the dog to be able to tolerate wearing the muzzle. So I've got food here. Okay, I'm going to keep that in my right hand. Muzzle's going to be in my left. Okay, I'm not tricking him. He knows where the food is, but he already knows, right? Very smart dog. He's figured out that in order to get to the food, he's got to go to the muzzle. Good boy, Fred. Good boy. Good. So I'm really taking care. Slow down, Bubba. Good boy. I'm really taking care not to push him too fast, right? So even every little increment, every little step, good boy. When I just put the strap over one side, I treat him right away. Okay, go. So that the dog doesn't have a chance to get frustrated, so that he doesn't have an opportunity to get discouraged, that he doesn't start to want to fight with the muzzle or fight with me. Good boy. So you see that little shake he just did? Good. He shook it off, but he didn't fight with the muzzle. He didn't scratch at his muzzle. Watch, he's going to get that treat now. Okay, he's starting to figure out how to do that. Where is, there you go. Nice. All right, good. That's going to go a long way towards this dog learning to wear the muzzle and not fight with it. You ever see a dog that's not trained to wear a muzzle and you just slap it on? And what happens to the dog, right? The dog starts to paw at his face. The dog starts to rub his face against everything he can get a hold of. Look at him now. He's not fighting with it. He's preoccupied with this. That is desensitization 101, where I'm shifting his focus from what it would naturally be to where I want it to be. In this case, it's food. Fred, place. Good. Freddy, okay. Freddy, go on up. Nice. Freddy, okay. Good boy. Good. Good. So he got the food again. The more success he can have at getting the food, this one's pretty small. I don't think you can. Go on up. Here you go. Here, buddy. The more success he can have at getting the food, the easier he's going to be about wearing his muzzle. Same thing if I let him wear it and have a drink of water. We're also going to play with it on, but play is next level stuff. Food is the better distraction for him right now. Freddy. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so we're going to settle in for a little. This is an excellent, excellent start for a dog who's just wearing a muzzle for the first time. Freddy. Yeah. Yeah. Freddy. Okay, good. So mood. With a dog like this, mood counts for everything. Everything, everything, everything. Because where does the aggression come from? Comes from the wrong kind of mood. Okay, he's loose. He's fancy free right now. Go on up. Yeah. Good. Yeah. And from now on, you want to play with me? You get to play with me with a muzzle on. You want treats? You only get treats with a muzzle on. After a while, the dog says, please, can I have my muzzle? And when we get to that point, then we don't have to reinforce it as much because it will retain a certain amount of value. Good. Go on up. Go on up. Good. 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 Okay. Go on up. Fred, go on up. No. Freddy, go on up. So right hand food, left hand muzzle. Right, here's the food. See what choice the dog makes? Good boy. Okay, and this is session 1 with a muzzle. Good. Good. So again, I want to reward this very quickly. Good boy. It's all expectations. Good boy, Fred. All built on expectations. So what that means is if the dog starts to see a pattern, good boy, Fred. And the pattern is, this little clip keeps getting in the way. Good boy. Good. So that's exceptional. Good. I got stuck fiddling with the clip. Freddy, okay. And he was patient enough. I didn't know that we were going to hit that mark today. So expectations of it goes on, I get rewarded. It goes on, strap goes over my head, I get rewarded. It goes, and if he keeps thinking that the cadence of the reward, the rhythm of the reward is quick, it's forthcoming, he's more preoccupied with that and less going into that grumpy zone that he's predisposed to be in. Now the dog is starting to transition over to where the muzzle is more tolerable. He's starting to expect the reward, and then therefore he's less likely to fight with me. And so even when I was fussing with the clip a minute ago, because there's a little safety lock on it and it was engaged so I couldn't clip it in, the patience was extended far beyond what I would have expected. Even now, he's sitting there and he's not doing this because the expectation is the food. Good. Nice boy. So his owner has trouble with him putting on his harness. He'll snap, he'll bite, giving him a bath. Anytime he basically has to be handled, there's issues. Now, how can we safely work on that? And let's say he gets skunked the day he goes home. Fred, and the owner has to give him a bath. Let's say there's no chance, no option to build it up and train the dog to it. And we just have to do something. Well, at least if we have the dog muzzle trained, we can do it safely today, whatever that activity is. Freddy, go on up. Nope, Freddy, go on up. Nice. Okay. So if the dog is muzzle trained, we can do what we need to do safely right now. And then we can continue to work on our training to build him up to tolerate the harness, the bath, the whatever.